Good morning, guys. Is my voice clearly audible? Okay, give me a second. Okay, so today also we'll continue with the UI work, whatever we are doing. Okay, so I'm opening the previous project. So till now we have created two pages, right? I'm going to rename this yesterday's page. Okay, and I'll be going to create a new page for today's today's stuff. Okay, so here we'll code the third page. So the reason why we are doing like this is uh, like initially, so far we have learned how to create some UI, right? So we don't know how to add functionality, how to add navigation and all this stuff. We still don't know that. So we are yet to learn that. That's why I am creating each and every page separately. Once we start with the part 2 of our classes, which probably will be starting next Monday. So from that point onwards, what we will do is whatever we have developed, we will use that code and we will try to join them properly. Okay, so that is when we will add some functionality to our app. Like when button click has happened, like we'll show some response. We'll go to new screen. Okay, we'll actually, once we learn some database stuff also, we'll actually try to trigger the database and then insert some records over there or retrieve some records. Okay, so all these things we will do. So for that we are actually setting up some base. So I'm creating since we have taken a decision like we are going to do 5 UI challenges. So instead of actually doing a different UI in each and every class, we are going to develop 5 UI pages. Okay, so here is the Adobe XD file. Okay, I think this is the one. So so we are going to pick few more pages. So since we already finished 2 pages, we are going to pick 3 more pages for next 3 days. So today, like next 3 days means, okay, today one more page and next till Saturday we will continue to do that, and then Sunday we will take break and then we'll meet again on Monday. Or like if more break is like, if you need a long break, we'll take long break also before starting the second part. Okay, so and especially in second part we'll not have continuous classes. We will try to do uh, like we'll continuously take some break between each and every class, and then we'll try to do it. So whenever I'm ready with the next class, I will actually ping you the link so that you can join using that link. I will give the date and time as well. Okay, that's okay. So today what we will do is, so by now we'll try to implement this payment methods. Okay, not exactly this payment method. We'll take this screen because it has got some cards on top of it, right? So I think implementing this card layout will be interesting, right? So we'll do this, and then in next classes I want to implement this part also. Okay, so this is something which is looking very good, right? So when order is placed, so like we'll implement this card payment, and then once pay now is clicked, this order placed will be loaded, so that it will look very good. Why I want to do this screen later is because later means in next classes, because there are some circles at background, right? Like we can actually, what we can do is, once we learn something about animations, we can actually move these balls around. Okay, that will make this UI look very better. Okay, so when a new app is opened, right, if we are able to implement such kind of layout, once we develop some real app, in that landing page you can actually include such kind of animations where some balls will be at background, and then those balls will be moving. Okay, so that's why we will make the static interface ready. Later we will actually implement those animations, but not now. Okay, so these are the two images I want to do. And then, so what else we can take? We will see if we could be able to do this one. Okay, so this will be slightly difficult one, but still we will try to do it. Okay, or we will take a decision. If I feel like this one is too difficult to implement in 1 hour, we will go with other pages also. Okay, for now we'll go, for today's class we'll go with this card implementation. Okay, so I think for most of you guys who has already followed this my previous classes, you might be thinking this is very easy. Am I true, guys? Say yes or no. Or you guys think it's very difficult? Yeah, so it's very easy. But anyways, we have some new guys, right? And looks like some new guys joined today's class. That's why we will continue to do it, so that they will understand. They will try to go back to the previous classes and try to sync up with us. Okay, and one more thing, see, when it comes to being a developer, or like when you take up your new job, your initial days it will be like you'll be learning lot of new stuff. Okay, first few months, like 6 months to 1 year, you will be not at all learning anything. Okay, it will be like you don't know what's happening there, because you're not prepared for facing such real time projects. Okay, so you'll think like what's happening, you don't know anything, but later everything will start making sense. So initial days you will learn lots of stuff. As days pass on, once you reach like 2 years or 3 years of experience, you will hardly learn one thing a day. Okay, you will not learn, you might learn or not learn. For 1 month you might learn a new thing or not learn. For a year also, years will pass without any learning. So that's where we have to be prepared to do the boring stuff also. So out of 10, if you are a guy who wants to pick new things, you have to be prepared, like out of 10 things, one thing should be new. Okay, rest of the 9 things, let it be boring only, but still spend your time to finish that. Okay, so the reason why I'm sharing this is, you need to have that kind of mindset. Like otherwise what will happen, you will feel that I am having some huge expectations on this development job, like every day will be new thing. No, it won't be like that. Okay, so most of the times you will be implementing the same thing which you have done yesterday or day before yesterday or in the last years. But if you are committed to do the boring stuff, that is when you get the new stuff. Okay, because your peers, like not peers, your higher level guys, like your managers, uh, like always they want things to be done, right? So when they want things to be done, it's like they will see who is the guy to go for. Okay, for example, if you are the guy who is doing who is helping him to get most of the stuff done, then when there is some exciting thing happening in the team, that is when he will include you. Without doing boring stuff, you will be not getting the exciting stuff. Okay, that's why I want to do this. So So let's implement this page. So I have renamed the previous class to UI2. So this will be here. This is the place where we are going to code today. So do you guys know what we are going to type first? Answers, guys. Yeah, stateless widget. So the reason why I'm asking you to type is you like probably those who are following from initial classes, you guys are not taking notes, right? Okay, the reason why we are not taking any notes is we are not going to remember any stuff. Okay, so we are not going to remember anything. Everything has to be so natural. Okay, when you say stateless widget, it is stateless widget. Okay, even it doesn't have any meaning, it has to be natural. Okay, that's how. For example, if somebody asks what is the meaning of you, can you explain in English? No. If somebody asks with, what is the meaning of it? Because there are the most basic words and which doesn't have any meaning at all. Okay, but the meaning lies with your basics. Okay, with means that is the basic word for English. Okay, in similar way, we are going to keep these words like on your fingertips. You're not going to remember anything. Okay, instead these words should be very natural for you. Void main, import statements, okay, fixing these errors like red squiggly lines, blue squiggly lines, okay, all these things, classes override, all these things, they have to come to you more naturally rather than you trying to remind it. The only way you can get them naturally is by making a conversation with your friends or by actually programming it. Okay, so I'm going to give a stateless widget and I have given a class name. So I said red squiggly lines, right? These are the squiggly lines, and then I'm going to resolve it. I'm going to resolve it. We know that we have to import the library. Okay, and then we'll add a void main. Void main is the starting point of the program. So I'm just running this app to see if it is actually loading or not. So what is the reason behind me running this app now? Guys, answers please. Like why we are actually running this app now? Just type the keyword. Yeah. Okay. So if you are able to run this basic program, which means that you will be able to run anything else. Okay. So we are actually checking if there are any issues with my setup. Okay. So rather than coding everything and checking issues, you need to check issues from the starting point itself. Okay, so I'm running it again because the emulator is just up now. Okay, while it runs, I want to thank you for the guys who has done their assignments correctly, and I'm really happy to see that you guys are generating some output. Okay, I have seen that whatever I have shown during my session, you guys have done much better, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are on the right track, and like uh, I think you guys are already a better developers, becoming a better developers than me. Okay, so which is very good. So keep doing it. Okay, so the app has loaded. So it is showing a blank screen. So let me just add some color over here. Okay, red. So now it is, now we are sure that it is working fine. Okay, and one more thing, guys, like I typed colors.red, right? Instead I can do something like this. Okay, for example, in my previous classes we are actually saying that whatever comes to your mind, just type it and then see what it suggests, right? So for example, if I want to get a red color, I will type red, but there are so much stuff with red. Okay, this is not that helpful, so let me type something like green, and you can see that it is actually showing some suggestions over here. So I can just click here and then everything has changed to green. Okay, so this is how you use code suggestions. Okay, so let's go here, click on play. So let's keep this side by side and then let's code our app. So I'm going to add a, what we are going to add first? Yeah, material app. Okay, we material app and then scaffold. So material app takes home, scaffold needs body, and then let's create a container and leave it here. So everything is fine. So we can see there is a very small app bar. We'll add the tab bar. So there is an icon, right? So so which property will have this like how I can add this icon? So what property I should be using here? Yeah, leading. Okay, you can, if you want to test with title, let's see if title, we can give title. Okay, title also we can give, because title is also a widget type. Okay, the reason is it is a widget type. For example, if it is a type of text, if it is showing as text, we can't use it. Okay, but it makes more sense to use leading. Okay, leading is also a widget type. Okay, widget type, whenever it is a widget type, you can actually pass any widget. Okay, so this is the back arrow. So now we have got that back arrow. So how we are going to add that circle for that icon? So we are going to use Adobe XD to add that circle later. Okay, now we are not bothered about it, we'll leave it. Okay, we can actually add a container easily, but I want to make a practice, like borrowing code from Adobe and then doing it. Okay, so and then in container, so this whole thing looks like a container. Okay, that's okay, but even you can wrap this in the single scroll child view also, that's fine. Okay, so let me change this to column. Okay, this is a column of widgets. Okay, I can add a column inside a container, but let me add column to the root. Okay, because adding container outside column doesn't make much difference, no difference at all. Okay, unless until I'm adding something for container, until it is necessary to add a container, it's required, otherwise it's not required. So what I will do is I'll just click here, add a column. Okay, and then I will change it. I can give so how we are going to get the style of this payment method? Okay, using Adobe XD we'll get those styles, because we are lazy. Okay, developers are like most of the times lazy. Okay, we have to, even though if you are not lazy, you have to pretend that you are lazy, then only you can come up with some smart solutions. Okay, so next thing is, this is a this can be a container, but let me try to use something card. Okay, card widget. So using container also we can get same thing, and we can try using card. We'll experiment with card whether we can get it or not. Okay, card of. See, the reason why I'm taking card is not because this is a card. Okay, I just want to experiment it. If you take this layouts, see this can be put inside a card if you want. Okay, everything, see this can be a card. Okay, even though they are not cards, they're not credit cards, you can actually make that as a card. Okay, you can you can pass card and then add something, some custom styling to it. Okay, so card, and then see what it takes. So it has got child, so probably child is of a widget type. I can pass anything I want. So give a second. So if you see, the visa is on top of the screen and these two are not aligned to this visa, and everything looks like rows and columns. Okay, so what I can do is I can take a, first of all I need to take a column and then a row. Okay, column, children, and then row which probably has that image. Okay, image .net, children, image of, okay, image network. So I'll get Nike logo from, look, Visa logo from internet. So what else I need to add while searching the logo, guys? So PNG, okay, PNG image or transparent background. Okay, so PNG is fine enough. So we got so many logos. So let's ping something small. Okay, see the reason why I want to give small is this logo is always going to be small. It doesn't make sense if I take a very big image. Okay, even if I'm taking some big image, I have to convert that into a small image and then use it. Okay, why we have to, like, when it is unnecessary to take a big image, why it is important to go for a small image? Any guesses? Okay, just imagine if the size of the image is 10 MB. Okay, okay, PNG will be size will be smaller. So what will be the overall impact on the app? Okay, the app size will be impacted. So if you add 10 MB image to your app, the 10 MB will be added to the size of your app. Okay, so we need something with a white background. So this looks much better. Okay, okay, I'm going to copy image link. See, still I'm not taking a small image. Image sizes is there. Okay, only one image is there, but for now it's fine. When you are actually developing the app, you need to ensure that these image sizes are smaller. I think for when you are using network images, it might not cause any impact on your initial size of the app, but later what will happen, the cache of the app will get increased, you know, right? So whenever there is an app, the actual size of the app will be something, and images cache, data cache, everything will grow, eventually grows the size of your apps. That is when you clear some data from the app. Okay, so let me take this image. Okay, so it is so huge. So I'll give size, height as 20.0. So you can see that visa is appearing over here. What I will do is, let's see if I can add some color. Okay, so it actually added some color to the image. I don't want such kind of coloring. I want a background coloring. Okay, so I can get it by adding image to a container. Okay, now it looks much better. Okay, so but the thing here is, we want background color to be there for the whole card. Okay, so and this is not the right place to add it. So let me see. Let me remove this container also. Let me see if I am able to add some color. Okay, color is there. Yeah, color. Okay, so the blue color is here. So in order to get this actual color, how you are going to get it, guys? We are going to get it from Adobe XD. Okay, and if I make this big, you can see there is some sort of texture. Okay, this part of the card is one color, and the other part is of other color. Okay, we'll see if we could implement it. Okay, but not now. We'll see if we are getting enough time, we'll try to implement it. Okay, you guys can give a try also if you want. So this is done. Actually, I can remove this also, but I will leave it because it will make it easy to move this visa to the other side. So I'm going to make it using main axis alignment. Okay, so it is moved there. And then another row. Children text of. So let's not use text. Use another row widget. Children, and then we can actually use stars. Okay. So, but let's see if I can make the size very small. So it's working fine. And color to white. See, if you see white, there are so many whites available. So, okay, it came. Okay, 4 stars, and then sized box width maybe 5.0. Okay, we got the card, and then we have to give 4 numbers. Maybe width 20.0, text of 4567. Okay, so we have to give the color also. For now I'll give the color as white. Okay, later you will actually copy the style from Adobe XD. Okay, and then we have to add another row. Another row with children with 3 columns. Okay, so either I can put all this 3 stuff in single row and another row, but I can actually take a single row column in second column, third column. Okay, that's what I'm going to do, because it's all about grouping the items properly. Okay, these two items are dependent on each other, like, because card holder means you're giving name, expires means you're giving date. Okay, when you're actually populating data from some external source, this kind of design will help. If you put everything in one row over here and another row here, you actually have to do scrolling up and down a lot. Okay, we are lazy, right? We are lazy enough to scroll also. Okay, developers are lazy, guys. Okay, so okay. Okay, so now the card is like, we got all the text, but we need to add some necessary stuff in order to make it looks like a card. Okay, so for that, so the first thing is there needs to be some padding inside it. So I am going to go here, add some, like, within card there is padding, not outside the card. Okay, so if you are adding a space within something, that is called padding. If you are adding some space outside the item, that then it is called margin. Okay, so I don't think we have a margin widget in Flutter, but we have a padding widget. So I can, how I can add it is, I can just go here, click here, add some padding. Okay, so the reason why I am using this bulb is I'm going to go with this code suggestions. Okay, these are all widgets. Okay, row, container, column, center. Like widget means it's allow you to type the name. Okay, so by default it is actually adding some space by default. I want more space. I will give 18 for example. Okay, I will give for example 20, like I want to change it to 25 now. Okay, much better. So I want to, there needs to be some space around this also, like this row widget also. Again some space around this row widget. So I am going to go there. So let me add some padding around this. So let me give 20. Okay, so this doesn't looks good. I want padding should be just above this. So instead of adding padding, what I will do is I'll add a sizer box. See, you can add padding by giving some vertical padding or horizontal padding also. I think, okay, so since the padding above this and padding below this, the space above this card number and then below is different, it makes more sense to add a sizer box. But it's entirely to you guys. Whatever you want to use, you can use. This doesn't impact performance. It doesn't impact performance much because it's going to add very small amount to your overall size of your app, because you know, right, it will be a file size very 0.001 difference of file size because you are just adding some extra text. So I'm going to use size box of height 20.0 and then see if same size has come. Okay, 20 makes sense. So I will add same size below this row. I'll make it 40. Okay, and then I will actually add some size box here between each and every, like between this card holder, expire, CVV, I will add some space. Okay, so let it be 15. Also not good. Okay, 14 I have given. Okay, 10. Okay, 10 looks much better. So for everything I have to add some space. Okay, so let me spread them evenly. Okay, looks much better, right? So let me see, like, if there is the better option, space around space. Okay, this looks much better. Okay, so now we have this card, right? So we actually have a credit card, but I just want to add some more padding to the padding so that it look much better. Okay, so it is getting, we are getting there to 35. Let me mark this as 30. Okay, and then mark this as 45. Okay, so now this almost looks like a card. Once if you add this texture, it will become a card. Okay, let's see if we'll add this texture now. Okay, we have 15 minutes. We'll add this texture and then I will leave the other part to you guys. Okay, because adding texture will be a difficult part and this part is very easy. Adding this button and everything will be very easy. So I really want to make this look like a card. So what I will do is, let me see if I will be able to get that texture from Adobe XD file or not. If I can get it, I will just follow that. If I'm not going to get it, then I will code it. Okay. So 11:18 file, not 11:18, 11:17. So those who are new to this class, like these are the files that were generated using this Adobe XD tool. Okay, so in my previous videos I have actually covered it. You can actually go through them and try to understand about it. Okay, so 17. So let me see, search with word 4567. Okay. Okay, LA money search. Okay, anyways, like it's difficult to get it from Adobe XD file. So we'll try to code it manually now. So this is the card, right? I'm checking if there is a way I can actually add some decoration to it. Okay. Okay, so for card it looks like there is no way I could add it, like add a decoration. So let me check the Flutter API documentation. Okay, there are no straightforward examples also for this. So since I already know that I can use decoration for a card, I will change this. No, decoration for a container, I will change this to container. Okay, and then I saved it. But it has slightly changed, but everything else seems to be fine. I will add some padding to it. Okay, so now it looks almost similar. So now what I will do is I will add a decoration to it. Okay, decoration, box decoration. So the reason why when I add box decoration it has thrown error is because I am giving color over here. So when I'm adding decoration, I have to add color to the box decoration. Okay. So in order to add some texture kind of stuff, what I need to use is a gradient. Okay, let me go to the documentation, Flutter API. So we have multiple types of gradient: linear gradient, radial gradient, sweep gradient. Okay, so let me open this. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what is this sweep gradient, but linear gradient, radial gradient, I have tried them before. So what I will do is I will try to copy paste the code from here, linear gradient, and see how it changes the whole stuff. Okay, so Okay, so pretty much there, right guys? So we got that line, and then we got some shadows. Okay, luckily we got it actually. So what I will do is I will try to modify this code now and see if I could be able to achieve something similar to what we want. Okay, but it has to be blue color, right? So let me take this blue color. So I'll change these colors. Okay, so now so see, this thing is whole about experimentation, guys. You guys should be able to experiment more. Okay, so then you will be able to get the design what you want. I can I think now I can remove this color also from here, because the color values are being picked from here. So I will remove this color and then save it. So I will try to change this value and see how it impacts. So you can see as I change this value, this thing has moved. Okay, so the line over here is actually moving. So I want it to be give me a second, guys. Sorry guys, I'm back. Okay, so by changing that value, we'll be able to experiment more and try to get this actual effect. Okay, so I'm trying to change it to somewhere around 6. Okay, begin top left alignment. So okay, let me get these colors. Okay, so if I hover my mouse, you can see, so number of blue colors are showing, right? So but still it's very difficult to get the actual color from here, right? So I will now show you how to get these colors. Is it fine if we go beyond 10 guys? Anyways, I am recording this class, so it will be fine. You can go to YouTube and watch it later. Okay. Okay. So okay, Arun asking some question. When we are connecting with the backend, card holder name, should it be stateful widget? Okay, so we look at it, Arun. It doesn't have to be stateful widget actually. Okay, so but initial stages when you are actually developing small apps, it can be stateful widget. No, but I think stateful widget, stateless widget doesn't comes into picture here. It will be stateless widget only, because you are actually populating data from internet. You're not actually changing anything. We look into this in our second part. Okay, right now we are concentrating on developing the UI only. Okay, fine. So actually you can pick up this color from Adobe XD. Okay, but since when we are actually browsing through this code, we felt it okay slightly difficult, right? The other way is you can actually go here, select this and try to get a color from here. So but this doesn't make any sense. Okay, the colors looks very different. Okay, I think I have to select this card, internal card. Let's see if I am able to select. Okay, see, the other way of getting this color is, what I can do is I can just click this icon here and I can hover my mouse. So I get this color over here, right? I'll just select it. I'll just select the value from there. Okay. I can get the other type of values also. I will get this value. So keep this aside. Okay. So let me put it here and comment it for the moment. Okay. So I'll go to I'll change this last 6 values and see if it works. Okay, so we got that color. So we need the other color also, right? So I will just press Ctrl Z and everything is back, and again I will click it, and then I will get this color. I'll get the value of this color also. Okay, so now the card looks very much similar. Okay. So now the card looks very much similar. Okay, I will add some border to this container, like I mean border radius to this container, so that the edges will look curved. Okay, border radius. Okay, border radius dot all. Okay. So I'll just check how I have added yesterday. Okay, so we got that. So styles, you can actually get it from the text. For example, okay, so here is the style for the text. Okay, so card holder also you'll get it. I think we are checking wrong file. Okay, we are checking 11.7. Okay. So this is the test style. Sorry. Okay. So card holder also we are having style here. So payment method also will get the style. See, once you get uh, once you get deeper into Flutter, all the styles you will be able to code by yourself. But anyways, we have this handy, right? When you refer to some design, it's difficult to understand what is the font of that the text and all these things. So it's good if you can refer and type it, but it's good for copy paste also. Since this is our beginning stage with Flutter, I am not actually doing modular code. I am copying it everywhere. Okay, so initial stages it is fine, but as you write some big projects, you have to make it more modular. We'll actually learn it how to make it more modular. Okay, you don't have to be like an expert to make code modular. Okay, so I want this payment method to be aligned to the other side, right? So for that, so not main axis. Okay, so it came here, but I still need some padding. Okay, let me add some let me add this button also. So for that, I'm going to scaffold and then add a bottom navigation bar, and if you see, it takes a widget. It doesn't need an specific type of widget. Okay, if you take app bar, it needs something different. Okay, when it comes to bottom navigation bar, it needs a widget. So I can give anything over here. So I'll just mention a container. Okay, and color as blue. Okay, there is like when I gave this, everything occupied screen, so I'll give height. As I change height, you can see everything is moved to bottom. Okay, so I'll make it maybe 80 is much better, not good, 60. Okay, much better. Okay, I think if both these are of same size, it will be very good. So I'll make it 50. Yeah, almost. So I'll add a button. So I'll add a flat button. Why not a raised button, guys? The reason is flat button will not have any boundaries. I think still we can make both look very similar, but since we have learned this from our previous classes, I am going to go with flat button and then pay $50. So in order to resolve this issue, like if you see, there is an issue with 50, right? So because of dollar is having a different meaning in dot, so I'm going to add some slash, either backward slash or forward slash. I'll try my luck. Okay, so when I add this backward slash, it didn't work. When I add different one, it worked. Okay, so I'll just save it. and then I will make it color as white. Okay, so we have almost implemented it. I think this part you can actually do it yourself, right? Okay, so there's no point in doing it, and also app bar you can do it, adding this circle and everything you can do it. Okay, so the major portion of the card we have actually achieved. Okay, the texture gradient, and if you don't understand this gradient part, don't worry about it. Like, as long as some sort of gradient is working for you and changing those values is actually working for you, that is fine. You don't have to understand like how these colors are given, what is meant by begin, end. You don't have to by heart those stuff. Whatever works for you, that is fine. Okay, so but anyways, as you practice more, if you are going much in depth about design, right, then you will know these things more naturally. You don't have to remember anything. Okay, programming is more about implementing your ideas. Okay, connecting all the dots rather than writing an exam. Like, it's not like writing an exam. Okay, programming is all about how you connect dots well. You know, 10 programs, in one or the other way you can actually connect all those dots properly and then do it. If you know 5 dots only, that is fine. If you are very good at connecting all those 5 dots, you will be able to produce more output than the guy who knows much better. Okay, why I'm specifically saying this is, even though you are learning mobile development from me, if you are if you are good at connecting all these dots, you will be able to create a better product than me. Okay, it's not about what you know much, it's about how efficient you are at connecting these dots, connecting these programs. Okay, I think that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow we will implement this one, like I said, this user interface. Okay, so obviously when the pay button is clicked, it will go here, but we're not going to connect those stuff. Okay, we'll implement this. Why I'm, as I said, why I'm very much interested in implement this is, once we learn about animation, we will actually make these balls move. Okay, that will look very cool. Okay, so we'll actually implement some animation which will be very cool. Okay, and animations in Flutter is very easy. Okay, you don't have to, even if you go through some Flutter documentation, you will feel like it's very difficult to understand, and it will take so much time for you to understand also. But anyways, I have already gone through all the documentation, and I personally feel that animation is very easy in Flutter, so we will do that. Okay, and then we'll pick up one more page for our last class, probably this navigation menu. So three UIs are done, 2 more are pending. Okay, if you want to implement it, go ahead and implement it. If you try to implement something and attend the class, you'll understand more from my class. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for attending, and I have shared my number. Okay, I have shared my number, so please message me, okay, so that I can add you to some distribution list. I can share the video of the class. Okay, so this is my number. Okay, just note it down and leave me a WhatsApp message. Thank you so much.